The mansion was unusually quiet that evening. Michael, a millionaire known for his strict routines, returned home earlier than planned. He had not called ahead. He wanted to surprise his wife and children with his sudden arrival. As his car rolled into the driveway, he imagined his twins rushing to greet him, perhaps with their usual mischievous laughter. But when he opened the grand oak door and stepped inside, he heard no running feet, no noise of cartoons or playful arguments. Instead, there was a calm, rhythmic voice floating from the living room. Curious, he walked silently down the hallway. The scene he found made him stop in his tracks. On the soft carpet, his 8-year-old twins, Daniel and Daisy, sat cross-legged with their hands folded. Their eyes were fixed on Grace, the black maid who had worked for the family for several years. But she wasn't tidying or dusting as usual. She sat on the floor with them, her voice steady, teaching them something Michael had never expected to see. "When you have more than you need," Grace said gently, "you must remember to share. There are children out there who go to bed hungry. True wealth is not in what you keep, but in what you give." The twins nodded seriously, their little faces full of attention. Daisy asked softly, "So if we have too many toys, we should give them away?" "Yes, sweetheart," Grace smiled, her eyes glowing with warmth. "Someone else's joy will be your reward." Michael felt his throat tighten. These were not lessons about money, manners, or academics. They were lessons of the heart, things even he, with all his millions, sometimes forgot. Daniel then asked, "And what if people are not kind to us?" Grace paused, placing a gentle hand on his shoulder. "Then you must be kind anyway. Respect and kindness are not about what others deserve, they show who you are." Michael's chest ached. He had built an empire on competition, on winning, on never showing weakness. Yet here was Grace, planting in his children values deeper than any private tutor or school could offer. He stood silently, watching the twins copy Grace as she showed them how to bow their heads in prayer, whispering words of gratitude for food, for family, for shelter, and even for challenges that made them stronger. Michael thought of the many nights he had been too busy to join his children for dinner, too distracted with deals and meetings to listen to their stories. And now, here they were, being shaped into thoughtful souls by someone society would never call powerful. Finally, Grace noticed him at the doorway. She did not look embarrassed or startled. Instead, she gave him a calm smile, as if she had nothing to hide. "Mr. Michael," she said softly, "I hope you don't mind. The children asked me about the world, and I thought they should know more than just what books teach." For a moment, Michael couldn't speak. His voice caught, and he swallowed hard. The twins turned and ran to him, hugging his legs, excited to show what they had learned. "Daddy, look, Grace taught us how to be grateful and how to share," Daisy exclaimed. Michael knelt down, holding both of them close. His eyes shifted to Grace, and for the first time, he saw her not just as the woman who kept his house spotless, but as someone carrying wisdom money could never buy. He took a deep breath, and finally said, "Grace, thank you. What you're reteaching them, what you've given tonight is worth more than anything in this house." The maid lowered her gaze humbly. "Children don't just need comfort, sir. They need character. One day they will be leaders, and leaders must know compassion." Her words pierced him deeply. That night, Michael sat at the dinner table with his twins for the first time in weeks, listening as they repeated Grace's lessons. He realized his wealth could build mansions, buy cars, and close deals. But it was powerless to shape the purity of a child's heart. And so, in that quiet evening, Michael made a silent promise. His children would grow up rich not in money, but in values, and he owed that revelation to the woman who, without knowing it, had just changed the legacy of his family forever.